Hi, welcome to Current Notes. I'm Paul. So, a question I'm asked all the time when people find out I have an EV is, how long does it take to charge? And that's a bit of a loaded question. Some of that question may come from, earnesty or seriousness. Sometimes, they're trying to have it be a gotcha because you can fill up a gas car at a gas station, pretty quickly, 5 minutes or less typically, unless you got some giant truck with a huge gas tank. But they're like, how long does it take to charge your car? And well, for most of the time, for me, it takes me about 30 seconds to charge my car because I get home, I back into the garage, I walk out of the car, I reach over and grab the charging cord that I have in my garage, and I plug it in. And then I walk in the house and that's it. And the next morning, the car is charged. So personally, I will have spent 15 seconds, maybe, quote, charging my car. Now, of course, the car takes longer to pull that charge out of the wall. A home charger like I have is a level 2 AC charger. And this particular Polestar 2 can charge at, I think it's a little over 9 kilowatts is what it's pulling out of my charger. So, if this thing were totally dead, which it never is when you get home, it would probably take maybe 8 hours to fully charge. But that's not the use case for an EV. I mean, typically you're going to get home after a day's use or for whatever you're doing, and the vehicle's still going to have plenty of charge in it. You just want to top it off. And by top it off, that usually means get it to 80, maybe 90%, unless you're heading out on a long road trip the next day. So, yeah, it charges pretty quickly overnight, but you don't have to think about it. That's what's really nice. And if you're on a road trip, though, you do have to think about it more, just like you do with a gas car. The big difference, though, is gas stations are everywhere. I mean, gas cars have been around for 100 years or more, and, there are plenty of gas stations available now. You don't have to think about it. You can just drive around and look up, and you'll see a sign, and then you can get some gas there. It's not quite so easy yet to find EV charging stations when you're traveling. Fortunately, there are lots of tools available to you. Most EVs have a built-in nav system that will take you to a charger if you need one. And so you don't have to think about it from that perspective. The car just is able to track its charge level. And if it determines that where you're headed is going to be further than the amount of battery power you have left, it will route you to a charger. And when you get to a charger, you have to plug in, just like you do stick a gas pump in your car, and then wait around. And how long that takes varies. It depends where you're going, depends the type of car you have, depends the type of charger you're at. This particular Polestar 2, which is not known to be a very fast charging car, it can charge at up to 150 kilowatts, can probably go from like 20% to 80% in less than 30 minutes if it were that low. But most of my road trips have been under 300 miles. I might drive to Boston and back or Bangor or something like that. And so I haven't needed to do a full, 30-minute sitting at a station charging my car. It's usually a 10-minute sort of thing, just enough more, battery power to get me back home, where then I can, like I said before, pull into the garage and plug it in, and the next day I'm all back to normal. So charging an EV is different than refueling a gas car, but it's not really worse. And in several ways, it's better because you spend less time at the pump. And in particular, one thing I haven't done in years is have to stand outside in the cold or the rain and pump gas. I just don't have to do it. Most of the time, I would say 95+% of the time, my car charges in its garage. I plugged it in right when I got out. I'm not out in the weather at all. It's very, very nice. And even if I do have to charge on the road at a charging station, I only have to get out for a minute or two, start the charger, plug it in, and I can get back in the car. Or I can go into the restaurant or something next door and grab a snack or use the facilities or something like that. So you're not just standing outside for the several minutes it takes to actually have to pump gas. So unfortunately, charging isn't a one quick, easy answer like it is with a gas station. Just show up, scan your card, stick the thing in and pump it and you're on your way. You do got to think about it a little bit more. But like anything else, you get used to it very quickly and then you appreciate how it is, and you really tend to find that it's better for most people's lifestyle. Anyway, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe.